Adam, it's been a while, and thanks for your time, for the stable's insight into Turffontein on Thursday. Let's start off with Cold Hard Stare, who's just won her maiden, but she looks more than useful.
Yeah, look, she's a filly that we always thought would be better over a little bit more ground. So the fact that she won an 11.60 first time out was quite impressive. Having said that, it is a maiden, and I suppose their first run out of the maidens is where you really start to see where the ability lies. She's jumping from a nice draw of 5. She's coming off a break. She'll definitely be in need of the run. So this run is sort of to bring her on and get her on the road. If she can run a decent type of race or win a race like this, would obviously just prove that she's got the ability that we hope that she would have. But we'll all assess that after the race.
Right, what can you tell us about Prince of Pride?
Prince of Pride actually, a horse that disappointed me first time out. His work on the sand tracks was always really good, still is. But having said that, looking at his first run, he was heavily outpaced. He's jumping from a nice draw over a little bit further. If we can just see a better type of race, or more, should I say, of what he's shown me on the tracks, I'd be really happy, because on what I've seen on the tracks, he should be able to run into the money. But what we saw first time out, it was a little bit more concerning. So I think we could pin it down to distance on what we've assessed, and if that is the factor, he could be a horse that could be a good minor quartets type of bet.
White Fang has been showing reliable form and looks not too far away from winning again.
Yeah, look, that is actually a really competitive race. Having said that, the inside track's a track that White Fang doesn't really disappoint us on. He always runs there or thereabout, and I think if the race goes in his way, he could be a competitive sort in the race.
Quest from afar, what are you expecting in the 8th?
She's a filly that in the maidens was a good earner, but obviously had disappointed in 1 or 2 of the starts. She broke her maiden in a really good fashion, and we were quite pleased in the manner in which she raced her first run out of the maidens. She took a bit of a nasty bump coming out the gates, which affected the style in which she had to race that day. But when challenged in the latter parts of the race, the way she tried to go with him to the line was what impressed us. She had to have a race run in her favour, in the manner in which she likes to race. She could also be quite competitive.